So numerology, life path 1, and karmic number 1 is what we're going to talk about today. In numerology, life path is pretty much the addition of all your numbers from the day you were born, okay, and you calculate it to a single digit between 1 and 9. Okay, so if you're born in let's say my own November 7th, 1979, if you add up all these numbers, okay, you're going to come up with the number 35. But 35 is still not enough. You're going to have to add the 3 and a 5 to bring it under one single digit number. Okay, it can only be from 1 through 9. So that is considered your life path in numerology. And the day you're born, okay, so let's say I'm born on November 7th, number 7 becomes my karmic number. That is, in numerology, the karmic number is actually far more important than even the life path number. But they're equally there, okay? So if this is your life path and your karmic number, the day you're born and the addition of all your entire birth date, the karmic number just stands right there. There's not a huge difference, okay? But I mean, they're both significantly important, but karmic number becomes a bit more important because life path, okay, life path is your ultimate destination. What you're going to be when your lessons are learned in this life. But karmic number is something you have to deal with from day-to-day basis. Okay, karmic number describes the situation that you will run into in this life, and how you will deal with them every day. But in the background, the motor, the engine that is driving you, is just leading you to that life path. Okay, so life path is just an accumulation of your entire work that you do in your life. But the everyday occurrences comes from karmic number. So today we're going to be talking about karmic number 1. Okay, and this is why astrology and numerology are actually related to one another, because each number is represented by a planet. So today we're going to talk about from beginning number 1, and number 1 is represented by the sun. See, the sun is the soul, the king. He is the illuminating brightest star for our star system. So this is why number 1 is represented by the sun, because we represent the source of life as at the beginning of everything. So the beginning of numerology and its pattern starts from number 1. Okay, so today I want to talk about the personality of number 1, compatibility of number 1, and what exactly is the life path and the karmic lessons of number 1. So one personality pretty much is a leader, not a loner. Okay, one doesn't represent somebody who's a loner. One represents the power of a leader, somebody who is able to take charge, somebody who becomes that one person that is able to excel among everybody and lead everybody. Okay, so this is why number 1 people usually obviously become general in army. They become managers and CEOs and your superior, the company owner. And most of the cases, 1 also are found as somebody who's self-employed, because they're their own boss. But the number 1 individual naturally, okay, this is something they don't need to work on, naturally has that leadership qualities. Naturally, his aura or her aura affects everybody, where everybody thinks, okay, she should be the leader. Okay, so how in your office sometimes a new person comes in, but suddenly they take over. You're like, what? This person just came in and they're already ordering me around, and the boss is starting to like them. What the hell's going on? Most likely they're either a 1 or 8 life path number. We're going to get to 8 later, but the number 1 born people or number 1 life path people are that personality. They have this natural ambience and this natural aura about them, where it just tells somebody else that, okay, this person would be good in a leadership role. However, 1 people can become very arrogant. They can become very bossy. Somebody who just does not like to take no for an answer, or cannot stand the fact that you are changing their pattern. That's what number 1 is. Okay, and pretty much it's like a personality of a Leo. Okay, so 1 is related to the sun, and sun also rules the zodiac sign of Leo. So you see, astrology and numerology kind of becomes one. But one downside of numerology is numerology cannot predict oh, this is when you're going to get married, this is when you're going to get divorced, who you should marry, who you shouldn't marry, okay, or when is a car accident going to occur. These patterns are seen in astrology in detail, in Vedic astrology. But through numbers, okay, you can still find a significant amount of information on people, okay. So this was number one, okay, but remember, there are also remedies in numerology, okay. Now, one good thing about numerology is that numerology too has remedies, okay. Now, in Western side, nobody knows about this, that, whoa, numerology also have remedies like astrology. You know how in astrology they have yagnas and homas and wearing gemstones and doing meditation, doing chakra meditation because chakras are related to planets, okay? They're pretty much the energy of planets within you. However, numerology remedies are not as similar as the astrology remedies, because in numerology, okay, you can also change your name to create a vibration, okay? So numerology usually this is vastly known remedy that if you change your name to the vibration of your life path or your karmic number, your life suddenly becomes better. And it doesn't work that way. However, they have this 50% right. They don't have this all the way to the 100%, because what happens is that if you let's say you change your name at 30. So when you're 30, and let's say your name is John Smith, JOHNSMITH, okay? Now, once a numerologist looks at your life path and your karmic number and all the other details, and then say, you know what, maybe you want to add another O to John, JOOHN, or maybe add another N, JOHNN, John, to bring in the vibration. Now he does that, John does that, but then nothing works, okay? Why is that? Why is it that when John changed his number, he wasn't getting anything positive, wasn't getting anything negative, didn't notice any significant difference, yet he hears all these people elsewhere promoting that, okay, your name vibration can change things. Well, the thing is, you have 30 years of built up name vibration within you. By going to the court and filing paperwork for that, to change your name in one day, it doesn't work that way. That vibration is not going to just disappear just because, oh, you changed your number, okay? There's a method to it, okay? In numerology, what happens is once you change your name legally, you have to write that name to a certain amount. You have to write that name every day. Like, you write the name of God, or you will write some prayer. You have to write your own name, that new name. Because imagine how many things you have signed in your life, how many times you have put in your name. So you have created so much vibration out there around the world by putting your name in, that by changing your name, it's not really going to change the vibration of your aura right away. So what you do, there's a specific day, 43 days, you write your name in a certain ink, in a certain amount of time. Okay, so if depending upon your life path and your karmic number, if you're supposed to write your name 3 days in a red ink for 43 days, to bring in that name vibration, that's how you're going to bring in that name vibration as a remedy, okay? And also gemstones, even though I'm an advocate saying gemstones don't work, however, numerologists, especially in India, they prescribe gemstones. So if you're one life path or one karmic number, sun is the ruler, sun is represented by the gemstone ruby, okay? So you wear ruby to enhance that name vibration, but it's not that easy. The most effective remedy that I saw with my own life has been writing the name down with a certain method. And this is why, if you check out my link below, okay, in my book Astrology at the Speed of Light, I have written all these details in the end of the book regarding numerology and its remedies, what ink you would use with the what number, how many times you're supposed to write it, and how many days you should write your name, okay? So this will create a certain type of vibration that will start to bring in the energy of the new name, starts to match in with your new name, okay? Now, as far as compatibility of one is concerned, one are compatible with obviously number one, so 1 and 1 matches, okay? 1 is compatible with 2 because 2 is represented by the moon, and sun and moon are very good friends in astrology, so 1 and 2 matches up, okay? And 7 matches up with 1, so 1, 2, 7, and 5, okay? these numbers are compatible to each other, but other numbers are compatible to other numbers too, but 1 is compatible to number 1 itself. So if your husband is 1 and you're 1, or your wife is 1 and you're 1, that matches. If it's 1 and 2, that matches. If it's 1 and 5, that matches. And if it's 1 and 7, that matches. Okay? And I don't want to go into all these numbers right now, because then it's going to become a very long video. I'm going to do 1 through 9 in a chronological order. So if I'm doing 1 today, then probably in the next 2-3 days, you're going to see number 2, number 3. So if you're watching this, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on the other information. However, check out the web link below. That will give you information on astrology and numerology like you have not seen before. All right? Thank you.